Good evening, friends, and I am Fazal Khan. Thanks for all your support and love of our last of the two videos, which has motivated me to bring out a very rare topic of the hardships I would call of being an entrepreneur. More critical for people who are trying to be an entrepreneur or thinking about it. So I would tag it like being your own boss or set out to being your own slave. So the social media, YouTube, and more often we see around us that there are people who are quitting their jobs on the whim of their mind, and they become entrepreneurs. Well, some of them might be your peers as well. And when someone around you and starts up a business, then it is more, I would say, intriguing. So basically, you have to reflect, and just not go with your impulse, because you see beautiful captions around you: become your own boss, start up your own company, seed funding, investors, and give incubators, and all those things around you. My video is a little different. It's going the other way around. It will take you to the flip side of it. So the big question is: are you going to become your own boss, or are you set to become your own slave of an idea? So here we go. The hardships that I'm going to tell you, most of which will be acknowledged instantly and wholeheartedly by the struggling entrepreneurs who are already in this entrepreneurship. Let's see this pic, and you will be amazed to know that businesses were completed 1.5 decade and they fail. Okay, and this is not me speaking. This is the data speaking. According to Forbes, 90% of the startups, 90% of the startups fail. 10% of the startups don't fail. And out of 10% startups, only 1 to 2% of the startups become the unicorn. And by unicorn, I mean to say Amazon, Ola, Uber, or any big brand that you might know. What to know before you become an entrepreneur? There will be three W's that I'll be putting forth to you. The first W is: why do you want to become an entrepreneur or a businessman? You don't like your job. The job is monotonous. Maybe you had a bad day at work. Maybe you don't like your boss, as usual. The most common example, the most common occurrence, I would say. And if you come back home and then you think, okay, my friend has started his business. Why don't I do something like that? Why don't I do something like that? Rather than, getting the yells of my boss and all those reviews and being answerable, being a sandwich. Or you might also feel that you are underpaid. You have desires that you cannot fulfill with your salary, limited salary that you get in the beginning of your month, in the beginning of each month. And you want to become an entrepreneur and a millionaire. Hypothetical. Let's face the reality. This is more of an eye opener than to give you false hopes. Don't take it as a negativity. It's basically an eye opener. I have my own version that says, if flying in the clouds without wings is positivity or optimism, I'm glad to be called as a pessimist walking down on earth. So there is a fine line between optimism and stability. Now, second W, what? Okay, you are all set to become a, entrepreneur. Are you coming with something different in the market? Do you have the right product for the right market? Are you filling any gap? Are you solving any problem? That's the first question. If you have any of these, then that is an idea. First, that is an idea. That is validated as an idea. Otherwise, everything else is just thoughts, not ideas. If you think it can work, and it's just you who thinks it can work, nevertheless, if the answer is yes, discuss it with as many people as you can, and especially the people in business, to validate your idea. Again, if your idea is validated, or you are completely hard-headed that okay, I believe in my idea, and A lot of people fail 1,000 times and finally they got success, like dominoes and all. So, do you have funds to platform your idea? Money matters, my dear friend. Without money, idea is just an idea. To materialize an idea into a business, you need money. Do you have funds to materialize that idea, valid idea, of course, that you have validated in step one? Do you have funds to platform that idea? Now, next question. Do you have the business acumen and have what it takes to be a businessman or an entrepreneur? What I mean to say is, do you take risks that and I'm talking about big time risks like Russian roulette, where the chances of rewards are bleak. My dear friend, bleak. By bleak, I mean to say, maybe you will be in those 90%. You will end up on those 90%. Okay? You have to be smart, perseverant, tirelessly hardworking, maybe double than your current job, and maybe for years to come. Can you? You find your job from 9 to maybe 7 tiring. Would you be able to work twice as much? That's another question. Do you think you can sustain and take rejections after rejections after rejections and still believe in your idea and keep working with the same energy that you had the first day of starting your business, day in and day out, just because you believe in your idea? Important questions. Please pay a little attention to it. Most importantly, the third W, warning. Warning sign. Accident prone area, drive slow. This is a one-way road, my friend. Entrepreneurship is a one-way road. And if you want to take a U-turn, it will be too late when you find a U-turn, and it will leave you with shattered self-esteem and self-confidence and broken. Now comes the painful question, more painful. I know it's getting dark. The topic is getting dark. But you know what? Truth is bitter. Take it or leave it. The most painful question, will you, and this is the biggest question, will you be able to shelve your personal life for a good amount of time? What I mean to say is, you're married, आप शादीशुदा है, and you have a kid and you have a wife. Would you be able to sideline them for your idea, for your business? You won't be able to give them time. You won't be able to take them out. You won't be able to give them the required attention. Your work-life balance will be upside down. It will be a mess. It will be a complete mess. At least in the few starting years. So, shelf. क्या आप अपने रिलेशनशिप को एक शेल्फ पे रख सकते हैं कुछ सालों के लिए? Are you up for it? Emotionally painful. Are you up for it? Or if you're not married, would you be able to forget your friends? Not जिसे आप में भी हर वीकेंड मिलते थे, पार्टी करते थे, और में भी हर 2-3 दिन में बात करते थे. Would you be able to forget them? Let me be blunt. Forget them, because you won't have time. You won't have time. Would you be able to neglect your parents who are old and need you around you? Would you be able to? I don't think so. Like, the answer is no. Just pause this video. Watch something else. And moreover, if you have passions like learning guitar or playing tennis or anything, would you be able to just forget it? Would you be able to answer these questions to yourself? Don't answer me, answer yourself. All of this, non-bypassed, will be required but highly demanded by your business. Your idea or business is like a baby to you, a newborn baby to you, that you have to take care of day in, day out. Even while you're sleeping, you will be dreaming of it. You will have sleepless nights for months and wake up in the morning and resume the work with the full energy and zeal. And my dear friends, Red Bull, American espresso will only work to an extent. Do you have the magic to make the most hopeless moment that comes in your business, and it will come, and change it to a miracle by your hard work and on a viable idea, of course, with loads of luck? Do you know the magic to make that miracle? Tricky, right? So these 3 broad questions you have to ask yourselves. This might be the biggest decision of your life. Take time, discuss with people, your parents, your family members first. take genuine feedbacks from people who are already there. First feedback from people who are already there in this business, who are already doing this, who have done this. Okay, and just don't get inspired by the Shark Tank and Pigeon Cage or whatever it is. You know, it's just a show. Good, nevertheless, good. You get insights, you get ideas, you get how to pitch, but don't get over inspired by them. Please don't. These are the three broad questions you have to ask from yourself. The first W is, why do you want to start a company? Second W is, what do you have to offer? What is your idea? Right product to the right market? Are you filling any gap? And the third W is warning. Everything else apart from your business will be secondary to your business. Your parents, your wife, your kids, your friends, your passion, everything. You'll have to let go of everything. Are you up for it? If yes, I appreciate you. I salute you. Now, let's see the life of people who are salaried. Salaried. No one talks about them anymore because everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. I want to become my own boss. I want to start up a company, cabin for my own self, and I don't have to be a sandwich anymore. No one is going to ask me any question. No one is going to ask me why are you late. No one is going to ask me where is the assignment. No one is going. I'm not going to be answerable. Now, the flip side of it, the salaried class, it's getting underrated by the day. I think these days the hot topic is, everyone wants to become Ambani, Adani, and Tata. And there are coaches, well-learned coaches, let me tell you, my friend, well-learned coaches, highly qualified coaches. In 3 steps, I can make you entrepreneur. Alas, it could be so easy. The working class. There are people who are very happy with their life and jobs and living a peaceful, secured life. They're happy in their life because they have work-life balance, which is very important. They've got only one life. So prioritize what you need out of your life. If you start a business, अगर आप business start करते हैं, तो time will slip like sand, and before you know it, 7, 8, 10 years will pass. Maybe the prime of your age will pass, and in those 5, 7 years, you would have lost a lot of things. You would have lost a lot of the taste of life, but they don't. They have work-life balance. They log in, they log out. Yes, they are sandwich, they are answerable, but they have job security. And there are people who earn as much as the net profit of a few companies. Why not make yourself the best? Why not harness your skill to such an exceptional level where companies handpick you and give you the salary that you might get after opening a business? What I'm trying to tell you is, this guy has a job security. You have a risk. Okay? He's answerable, you are not answerable. He has work-life balance, you don't have work-life balance. Weigh the pros and cons. Don't just jump to it. Just because your friend is doing, just because you know someone who is doing this. Don't do that. I'm not trying to, disappoint people who are up for, starting entrepreneurship. But I want to make you remember when you logged out of your office and went back home, had dinner with your family, played with your kids, chatted with your parents, and went to sleep. This will not happen once you start your business. You'll come back home frustrated, completely exhausted. Because in your business, you cannot log out. You can never log out. As I said, there is no log out in business. You will be constantly on a roller coaster ride. No security at all. Now, some hard facts now some practical things that might throw some light on this topic, and that is, you must have seen some branded outlets opening up with a lot of pomp and show, or new startup having a beautiful corporate office with multicolored balloons and ribbons and fancy inaugurations. Looks nice, sounds exciting, fascinating, isn't it? Well, that's a startup, and inside there, an entrepreneur is born. Bravo. God bless him. All the best to him. I don't want him to fail. But When these same offices close down and these stores shut down, they don't put up balloons or something that you might be able to notice. They don't go with a glamorous exit, as exits are never glamorous. Because it is saddening to close down. Remember that those 90% which fail, they shut down. And they pull down their board. That's it, end of story. One with they shut down. Business is like you don't know swimming and you have jumped into a river without knowing its depth. Only two things can happen. Either you come out as a good swimmer to the shore, or you sink. So there is no calculated, first of all, there is no calculated risk. Either there is a risk or there is no risk. There is no gray area between this. Okay? People who call calculated risk, I tried a lot, but I could not understand. If it is calculated, then how can it be a risk? And if it is it's not a risk, it's just a step. Because you know. And one very important part, which is alternatively, बहुत उल्टा ही बताते हैं इसमें business schools में, and I am even talking about IIMs. Exit strategy of a business, exit strategy and plan B. Oh crap, don't. See, the problem of plan B is you have an alternative. I don't have a plan B. I just have plan A, and that has to work. That will work. That has to work. If you have plan B, you will always try to fall back to plan B. So don't have plan B and no exit strategy. Once you are in. Come out successful. But please answer those three broad questions that I asked. My dear friends, prioritize. That's the most important word in the whole world in this monologue that is happening. Prioritize. If family is important for you, never ever think of business, because for a good amount of time, maybe 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. For me, it was 7 years, 6 years. You will have to put up your personal life like a book onto shelf which you are not going to touch for next 3, 4, 5 years. Okay. Maybe you'll come home frustrated, eat half, really go to sleep without even talking to your wife and kissing your baby. Again, you have to start tomorrow. The work-life balance is going to go for a toss. Believe me for that. It's a personal experience I'm speaking from. To build up a business, if you are so passionate about it, you will have to sacrifice almost everything. No one tells you that. So, well, this is all. And if all the W's are answered and you think you can fulfill them and become an entrepreneur, I heartily welcome you to the world of entrepreneurship. You're a tiger, ready to pounce, ready to hunt. You're a shark in the ocean. Apologies if you might have got upset by this video, but truth is bitter and better be told. I don't want to be one among the overnight billionaire, preachers, tricksters to misguide you and let you regret later that there was no one to guide you properly. I just shared the pain of my journey of entrepreneurship of last 7 years. Don't worry, it's just doing fine. And but not a unicorn, but yes, self-sustaining unique model that is working well with organic growth. We'll talk about all these things in later episodes. Next interaction, I promise you, I'll fill you with the adrenaline to start up the next day your startup. Be safe, take care of your customers, and be professional. See you soon.